Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is our first class on Python programming. देखिए, we are starting with Python programming. And what is the Python programming? Python programming कुछ और नहीं but it's a programming language. It's nothing but a programming language. But what we have to focus firstly upon, not on the programming but on the language word. अब ये शब्द language का मतलब क्या है? भाषा. और मेरे ख्याल से everyone is aware of one or the other language. तो अगर हम बात करें व्हाट इज़ द यूज़ या हमारे लैंग्वेज का काम क्या है, व्हाट इज़ द पर्पज़ ऑफ द लैंग्वेज? द पर्पज़ ऑफ द लैंग्वेज इज़ टू कम्युनिकेट. So it's nothing but mode of communication. So if we talk about Python programming language, where do we use this language to communicate? It's a language which is basically used to communicate with the computer. हम इस लैंग्वेज को कंप्यूटर से कम्युनिकेट करने के लिए यूज़ करते हैं. मतलब कम्युनिकेशन का पर्पस क्या होता है? पर कम्युनिकेशन का पर्पस जनरली होता है अपनी बात दूसरों को बताना. मतलब अगर हम किसी को कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन देना चाहते हैं या किसी से कोई काम करवाना चाहते हैं तो हम उनको कुछ इंस्ट्रक्शंस देते हैं. ठीक है, तो अगर हमको कंप्यूटर से कोई काम कराना है तो व्हाट विल डू? If we have to get certain job to be accomplished by the computer, we need to give instruction to the computer. If we talk about a scenario, say there are person A and B, and if person A, sorry, it's my bad, person A and person B needs to communicate. What is the most important requirement for a successful communication between these two people? A successful communication has to be established between person A and B. A और B अगर successfully communicate करना चाहते हैं तो what is the most important requirement? First of all, there should be a medium of communication. If we are standing face to face, we could orally talk to each other. But if we are not standing face to face, we need certain medium of communication through telephone line or through chat or through any other medium. और दूसरा रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है? व्हाट इज द सेकंड रिक्वायरमेंट? दूसरा रिक्वायरमेंट है द लैंग्वेज. द कम्युनिकेशन इज सेड टू बी सक्सेसफुल if the message conveyed from person A to person B successfully reaches to the person B. If person A says something or convey a message through text or any other medium, that message has to be received successfully by person B. And second thing, which is most important, is after receiving the message, the person B should need to interpret or to understand that message. If the person B is not able to understand the message, the communication is not said to be successful even after receiving the message. And when will this communication be successful? If the person B receives the message and understands the message. person B को मिलता है और person B उस मैसेज को समझता है, तब हम कहेंगे communication between person A and person B is successful. And this is only possible if the language of communication between person A and person B is understood by both person A and person B. So the same scenario applies when we communicate with computers. If a user want to communicate with computer, what does the user want? User want to communicate with computer. So what is the requirement? Requirement for communication will be same. We need certain medium. So here we have input devices through which we could convey our message to the computer. So medium is there. We have number of input devices like keyboard, mouse, mic, and many others. And second thing is the language of communication. If I am conveying certain message or instruction to the computer, अगर मैं इंस्ट्रक्शन दे रहा हूँ कंप्यूटर को, तो कंप्यूटर को वो मैसेज समझ में आना चाहिए. तो वो तब आएगा जब हम ऐसे लैंग्वेज में कम्युनिकेट करेंगे जो कि कंप्यूटर को समझ में आए. सो पाइथन क्या है? पाइथन इज अ लैंग्वेज थ्रू विच वी कुड कम्युनिकेट, विच वी कैन कम्युनिकेट. पाइथन एक ऐसा लैंग्वेज है जिससे हम कंप्यूटर से कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं. हम अपनी बात कंप्यूटर को बता सकते हैं. जनरली कंप्यूटर से हमारा दोस्त है नहीं, मतलब आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कि हमारा it's a machine, and generally we communicate with the computer for getting our job accomplished, for a task to be completed. हम कुछ काम करवाएंगे कंप्यूटर से, तो जनरली हम कंप्यूटर से कम्युनिकेट करते हैं उनको इंस्ट्रक्शंस देने के लिए, सो दैट दे कैन फॉलो द इंस्ट्रक्शन. वो इंस्ट्रक्शन को ले और उसको फुलफिल करे और हमको रिजल्ट दे. तो इस कम्युनिकेशन को पूरा करने के लिए हमको लैंग्वेज की ज़रूरत है. एंड पाइथन इज़ वन ऑफ द लैंग्वेज थ्रू विच वी कैन कम्युनिकेट विद द computers. So, how do we start learning a language? Just imagine we are starting English language or any other language. आप कोई भी लैंग्वेज स्टार्ट करते हो, कोई भी लैंग्वेज पढ़ना शुरू करते हो, तो सबसे पहले क्या बताया जाता है? What do we start with? We start with the character set. जैसे इंग्लिश में हमको सबसे पहले बताया जाता है कि these are the alphabets. A for apple, B for ball, C for cat. तो अल्फ़ाबेट्स जब हम पढ़ लेते हैं तो उसके बाद हम क्या करते हैं? वर्ड्स बनाना सीखते हैं. वी कंबाइन द अल्फ़ाबेट एंड स्टार्ट फॉर्मिंग वर्ड्स. आफ्टर लर्निंग वर्ड्स वी स्टार्ट फॉर्मिंग सेंटेंसेस बाय नोइंग द ग्रामेटिकल रूल्स, एंड दिस वे वी लर्न एनी लैंग्वेज. दिस इज द वे ऑफ लर्निंग अ लैंग्वेज. सो in Python also, the character sets which are supported by this language are the following. If you look onto these characters, Python language supports all the alphabets, capital letters, small letters, that is capital A to Z, small a to Z, all the digits 0 to 9, and all the special characters which are being used like @ hash, dollar, percentage, ampersand, asterisk, comma, full stop, semicolon, colon, square bracket, round bracket, curly brackets, means all type of special characters. So the character set of the Python language includes alphabets, digits, and special characters. So these are the character sets. So whenever we are going to write the instructions or write the programs in Python, we are going to use the following character set: alphabet, digits, and special character. Okay. Now I have used the word program. Program is nothing but the list of instructions collected together in a file. एक फाइल में आप कई सारे इंस्ट्रक्शन लिख के उसको आप एग्जीक्यूट करते हो. that file is known as program. And one more thing, whenever create the Python file, the extension of that file will always be .py. Please remember that all the various applications do have their own extension. Like for example, if you are creating a Word file, the extensions are .doc or docx, Excel file XLS, and likewise images do have JPG and GIF, and many other extensions are there. MP4 is the extension of video. Similarly, the Python files do have the extension .py. Okay. Now, after knowing all these things about Python, the most important thing which I am going to tell you is that installation of Python is very important. So if you have to install Python, please do visit the Python's official website, that is python.org. And please remember, when you are downloading and installing, once the package installer is downloaded, what you have to do is, when you will execute that installer and you will install Python onto a system, check on the bottom of that dialog box. There will be a checkbox where it will be told that add Python to the path. Please do check that checkbox and install Python. Okay. Once Python is installed on your system, And one more thing, this is what I'm telling you is a very basic ideally, okay, but it's a development environment. There are lots of application which can also be used for implementing Python. This is the basic one, basic ideally, basic Python ideally, but there are many other applications, like you can go with PyCharm, you can go with Jupyter Notebook, okay, and go with Jupyter Notebook. There is Anaconda. Even we can use Visual Studio Code for implementing the Python, okay. And if you check the following, but initially in the basic program we are going to use the basic ideally. Later on I will implement PyCharm also, I will implement Anaconda also, and you can go with other options also. So once the Python is installed, we can check this Python through this. You can go down to the Python, you can easily see ideally is here and the command prompt is here. So I generally prefer command prompt for executing fast commands. So I will open this, and basically the font is clear because I have increased the font. If you find the font to be less, if you want to increase, go to the properties and check the font option. From here you can increase the font size, font type, even you can select the proper font type, and bold option is also there, and select. Just after selecting the appropriate parameters, you can just apply that onto the interface, and now you can easily check all the various operations here. Say if I have to say hello, I can say hello. If I want to do some basic things, like I have to add two numbers, say 10, A is 10, B is 20, and C is equal to A plus B. And if you want to check what is the value of now C, print the value of C, and you can check it now. See, the value of C is 30. It's showing clearly that the value of C is 30. Okay, so I hope this is clear how to install Python and how to basically use it. In the next video we are going to start with basic concept. Till now we have given a very basic introduction of Python. What is Python? What is the meaning of programming language? And we have also discussed what are the character set which are being supported by Python. And in the very next class we will start with the fundamental basic concepts of Python, which is known as token or lexical unit, because these token or lexical units are the basic building block of any program written in Python language. Okay, thank you very much, and please remember your support is very important, very essential. Please do subscribe my channel, and please don't forget to press the bell icon so that you will get all the update of the channel. Thank you very much.